You ever looked at your pumpkin plant and thought it's flowering like crazy, but it's barely growing and there's no fruit forming? This is one of the most confusing stages for pumpkin, squash, watermelon, and cucumber growers because it looks like the plant is doing well, but in reality, it's actually missing something very, very important. Today, I'll show you what's actually going on and how to fix it so your plant grows strong first and then produce properly. So it all starts earlier than you think. Let's go right back to the beginning seed sowing. Pumpkins and similar plants grow fast only when their start is right. So if you look closely at the seed, one end is slightly pointed, the other end is wider. The wider end is where the roots want to grow. So when I sow seeds, I always place them with the wider end facing down, about 1 centimeter deep. And what this does is it does three things. The roots grow straight down, the cotyledones come up easily, and the plant wastes less energy. So if the seed is upside down, the plant has to fight its way up, and that slows everything. It's also important to start in pots. And let's just compare that with direct sowing as well. Direct sowing is ideal, but if you start early, late winter or early spring, pots also work great too. So if you're using pots, just wait until the first true leaf appears. Don't rush transplanting. You may notice tiny roots forming along the stem, and this is always a good sign. When transplanting, I always bury the stem slightly deeper so the new roots can form. More roots with more water and more nutrients will always result in faster growth. So why does your plant keeps on flowering too early? Now let's talk about the real issue. When pumpkin plants are still small, it's normal for them to produce a lot of buds and mostly male flowers. At this stage, they're not in, they don't have enough leaves, as you can notice. They don't have enough energy and they don't have enough root support. So if we let all those early flowers stay, they will drain the plant. The plant is basically saying, I'm trying to reproduce before I'm ready. So here's the simple fix to early flower pruning. Now, this step will make a huge difference. When the plant is still small and is covered in buds, I just do these steps. I remove all early flowers, especially those forming at the center. And this does not stop future flowering. What it does is it redirects the energy to leaf growth and it builds a stronger plant base and it prepares the plant for fruit later. The leaves are the plant's solar panels. Without enough leaves, fruit production will always struggle. So here's what a healthy plant should do first. A healthy pumpkin plant should always grow lots of leaves first, spread stems, and build a strong root system. Only after that should it focus on fruiting. And when you do early flower pruning, what will happen is the plant grows noticeably larger, the stems start to thicken, and the leaves become darker green. And that's exactly what you're looking for. And then, usually after a couple of weeks, the female flowers will appear naturally. So let's talk about male versus female flowers just a little bit, just a quick reminder. The male flowers have no fruit. The female flowers, they have tiny pumpkin underneath. The male flowers usually appear first in order to attract pollinators and just prepare the environment in general. And this is normal. Don't panic if you see fruit straight away. So, what happens if you don't prune? So, when a very small plant sets fruit too early, all the energy goes into one fruit, the leaves stop growing, the new flowers drop, and the plant becomes weak. So, this makes it more prone to pests, more prone to disease, and less productive overall. So, in this case, I recommend harvesting that early fruit as soon as possible, and this gives the plant a second chance to grow properly. So let's talk about soil buildup. Pumpkin plants root along their stems. Anytime you see bare stem between leaves, just add soil and compost around it. This stabilizes the plant, encourages new roots, and increases nutrient uptake. More roots will always result in more growth power. Now let's talk about the sunlight and watering part as well. Now, these plants are heavy feeders and they're very heavy drinkers. They need about 6 to 8 hours of sun minimum and consistent watering. I prefer watering mid morning around 9 to 10 a.m. so the leaves are hydrated by midday heat. The wilted leaves will always result in poor photosynthesis and weaker growth. Let's talk about some smart watering strategies that I apply as well. So here's a trick many gardeners miss. When plants are small, water close to the base. As the plant grows, move the watering point further away. What this does is it forces the roots to spread outwards, explore more soil, and access more nutrients. And if you always water in one spot, the roots will stay the same and they'll stay lazy. Also, let's talk about some pollination problems that I've seen and how to fix them. So, if you see small fruits turning yellow, like fruits falling off, it's often pollination, not nutrition. Flowers open early in the morning. So, if the pollinators are limited, you can use a small brush. You can take the pollen from male flowers and transfer to female flowers. It's really simple, it's very effective, and it works all the time. So let's talk about watering along the runners as well, because as the vines spread, lightly water around the trailing stems. Roots naturally form under leaf nodes. I need you to keep these areas moist. This will help support leaf hydration, boost photosynthesis, and improve overall plant strength. So if your pumpkin plant flowers but it doesn't grow, it's usually missing leaf mass, root development, and energy balance. The fix is really simple. Correct the seed orientation, encourage the roots along the stem, prune early flowers, focus on leaf growth first, water and sun consistently, and fruit will come after strength. Let me know in the comments section. Are you growing pumpkins, squash, cucumbers, or watermelons this season? And if you want a feeding schedule, a pollination only video, or a mistakes to avoid guide, let me know in the comment section below. I'll make it for you. Take care, and I'll see you in the next one. All the best.